Hello everyone, this video lecture is on average part 2. Let's start with few problems related to it. Question number 6. Calculate the average of cube of first 11 natural numbers. Now in this question you need to find out cube of first 11 natural numbers. That is 1 cube, 2 cube up to 11 cube. So what is average? Average is what? Sum of the number upon total numbers. Here there are total 11 numbers, so n is equal to 11. Now there is a formula to find out the sum of cubes of natural number. So what is that formula? Let's look at it. So sigma x is nothing but the sum of the n natural numbers. Now that formula is equal to n square into n plus 1 whole square by 4. So this is the sum of cube of first n natural number, that is 1 cube, 2 cube up to n cube. Now if you add all the terms up to n cube, then the formula for that is n square into n plus 1 whole square by 4. Now in our case n is equal to 11. So we need to find out the sum of cubes up to 11 cube. Now comparing this formula with respect to that of the average, then average is equal to what? Sum of the number upon total number of terms. So dividing this sigma x by n, you will get the average. So the average formula is n square into n plus 1 whole square by 4n. 1n will get cancelled and finally you will get n into n plus 1 whole square by 4. Now substituting n is equal to 11 in this equation, we can find out the value of average. So 11 into 11 plus 1, that is 12 square by 4, and the answer for average is 396. Next problem, question number 7. Daily wage of A, B and C. Average of daily wage of A, B and C is rupees 450. If B earns 2 times as much as A and C earns 3 times as much as A, then what is the daily wage of C? Now average wage of 3% is given, that is 440, that is A plus B plus C. Average of this 3 person is 440. Now if B earns twice as much as A and C earns thrice as much as A, let's say that A's earning is X rupees, then B's earning will be 2x and C's earning will be thrice as much as A, that is 3x. So we have assumed earning for A as X, then the daily wage for B will be 2x, daily wage for C will be 3x, and the value of average will be x plus 2x plus 3x by 3, and that value is given as 440 rupees. So solving this equation for x, the value of x is equal to 220. Now we need to find out the daily wage of C. So daily wage of C is 3x. So 3 multiplied by x, answer will be 660 rupees. Question 8. Average mark obtained by 40 students is 56. If the average mark of 8 students who fail in the examination are 10, then what are the average mark of students who pass the examination? Now there are total 40 students in a class. From these 40 students, 8 students are those who failed. So if 8 are those who failed, then how many of them will be passed? 40 minus 8 will be 32. Now average of those 40 students is given as 56. Also the average of those 8 students who failed in the examination is 10. Then we need to find out the average of those students who have passed this examination. Now, following this data, we will say that average is equal to what? Sum of numbers upon total numbers. Now there are total 40 students and their average is 56. So 56 is equal to what? Sum of the marks of 40 students upon number of students, that is 40. So this is what sigma x is the sum of the marks of 40 students, and that sum of the marks of 40 students will be, it will be 56 into 40, that is 2240. Similarly, there are 8 students whose average is 10 marks. So 10 is the average and sigma x1 is what? Sum of those 8 students who failed in the examination upon total number of students, that are 8. So the marks obtained by the failed students will be what? 10 into 8. So this is the total marks obtained by the 40 students, that is all students in the class, and the total marks obtained by the failed students is 80. Now, if we subtract those two equations, you will get the total marks obtained by the past students. So, the total marks obtained by the past students is what? 2240 minus 80, which is equal to 2160. Now, average marks of the past students will be 2160 divided by 40 minus 8. Why 40 minus 8? Because those students who pass are total students minus failed students. So 40 is the total students minus 8 students. So 32 students pass the examination, and this is the total marks of that 32 students. So 2160 divided by 32, and the answer will be 67.5. Now let's move to the next problem. Question number 9. The average score of 5 batches of 20, 25, 30, 15 and 35 students respectively is 40, 35, 30, 40 and 35. Find the average score of all students put together. Now, in this question, there are total 5 batches. In the first batch, there are 20 students. In second, there are 25 students and so on. Also, their average score is mentioned as 40, 35 and so on. Now, we need to find out the average score of all students put together. So, in this question, first of all, we will find out the total score which is scored by the first batch. So, in the first batch, the total number of students is 20 and average of all the students is 40. So, 20 into 40 is the total score of those 20 students. How it comes? Because we know that the formula for average is what? Total score upon total number of students. So total number of students for the first batch is 20 and their average score is 40. So 40 into 20 will be equal to the sum of scores of those 20 students. So this is for the first batch. Similarly, we will find out the total score of the second batch. So for the first batch, the total score is 20 into 40. For the second batch, it will be 25. 25 students are there and their average score is 35. So total score of those 25 students is what? 25 into 35. Similar way, we can find out the total score of the third batch, that is 30 into 30. For the fourth batch, it will be 15 into 40. And for the fifth batch, it will be 35 into 35. So average is equal to what? Total score upon total number of students. So total score for the first batch is 40 into 20, for the second batch is 25 into 35 and so on for all the 5 batches. Similarly, we need to take total number of students. So for the first batch there are 20 students, for the second it is 25 students. So we will take the summation of all students in a 5 batches. So x bar is nothing but an average, and if we take the value of numerator by this multiplication and addition, then the value is 4400 and the value of denominator over here is 125. So average is 4400 upon 125 and that is equal to 35.2. Next question, question 10. The average revenue of 11 consecutive years of a company is 77 lakhs. If the average of first 6 years is 72 lakhs and that of the last 6 years is 84 lakhs, what is the average revenue of 6 years? Now in this case, average for first 11 years is 77 lakhs. Now we will apply the formula of average, which is nothing but sum of the revenue upon total number of years, that is n. Now if there are 11 years, so we will take n as 11 and average of those 11 years is 77 lakhs. So average is 77 and sigma x is what? Sum of the revenues of those 11 years. Now the sum of revenues of all those 11 years will be what? 77 into 11. Similarly, the average for first 6 years is 72 lakhs. So the sum of revenue of first 6 years will be 72 into 6. And that of the last 6 years is 84 lakhs. So the sum of the revenue for the last 6 years will be what? 84 lakhs into 6. Fine. So from the first statement, we got summation from x1 up to x11. And that is equal to 77 lakhs into 11. So I am considering 77 lakhs as 77 only. So 77 into 11. For the first 6 years, the sum of the revenue will be from x1, x2 up to x6. The sum of the revenue is what? 72 lakhs into 6 years. Similarly, the sum of revenue for the last 6 years. So if you see the last 6 years, then it will start from x6 and it will end up to x11. So there will be total 6 terms from the last. Fine. And that sum of the revenue for the last 6 years will be 84 lakhs into 6. Fine. Now let's say that this is the first equation and rest of them are the second and the third equation. Now if you see that if we add second and the third equation, then x6 will get repeated twice. Rest of the terms will be repeated once, but x6 is the only term which is repeated twice if we add equation 2 and equation 3. So what we can do is we can add equation 2 and equation 3. Then you will get a value of x1, x2, x3 up to x11 in which x6 is repeated twice. And if you subtract that value from the first equation, then in the first equation x1 is only 1. It is repeated only once. So you can say that if we add second and the third equation and subtract it from the first equation, you will get the value of x6, because you can say that all the terms from the first equation will get subtracted from the second and the third equation, and x6 will be subtracted only once, and the only term which will remain is the x6. So what we will do is over here is, let's say that the sum of revenue for the first 6 years is 6 into 72, that is 432 lakhs, and the sum of revenue for the last 6 years is 504 lakhs, and the sum of total 11 years is 11 into 77, that is 847 lakhs. Now the revenue for the 6th year will be what? Addition of the first 6 years and last 6 years and subtracted from the total revenue of 11 years. So the only term which you will get is the revenue for the 6th years, and that is equal to 89 lakhs. So this is the end of part 2 of averages. Thanks for watching.